Who are you to just go into Pick and Pay? Oh, it's not your mother's place, this place.
There's a difference between being an entrepreneur and being an employee. And one being an employee, you can do your bare minimum and you still be guaranteed of your salary at the end of the month. And it's not even the case when you're being an entrepreneur. And it's quite difficult to be motivated or be self-motivated, especially now when we are going through one of the most difficult times ever. So I'll be doing a series of videos that will be encouraging and motivating to entrepreneurs so that bangalahli themba. And I'll be looking at people who went through the toughest times in a public space and how they maneuvered through their challenging times and what we can learn from those challenges that they went through. So today I want to look at DJSbu and his rules to success. Number one, self-belief. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in your hustle, if you don't believe in the product that you're selling, nobody else will believe what you're selling, what you're offering. So it all starts with believing in yourself.
As an entrepreneur, you got to figure your way out because you've got your back against the wall. Do you give up? You've got a little daughter that's like 2 years old. What do you do? For me, I just had to bounce back and just show the world what.
And conformity was never an option. Like,
it was
let me
never
conform. Let me stick color within the lines.
I didn't have any other option. I just had to bounce back and go fight the system and just go show people what I'm made of. Whether it meant me going selling in the streets, whether it meant me go looking for investors, convincing them come on board and start my own radio station, whether it meant me doing extraordinary things, or unconventional ways of getting my brands out there. I just had to do any and everything I could to survive.
Yeah.
Number two, starting small. Everybody wants big, big, big. And you don't want to start big. You want to start small. As your company grows, you also grow. Otherwise, your gift will take you to places where your character cannot keep you.
I come from a Tembisa with nothing. I come from a township just like this, walk to school, sometimes in winter, broken windows, can't study properly, it's cold, etc., etc. You walk to school, it's not easy to study. We didn't have electricity, we studied on candles. We didn't even have, I don't even know what they call it in Eslung, that thing that keeps a candle standing. We'd use like a Coca-Cola bottle to just put in the candle there. And we didn't even have ceilings, we didn't have, we had amazanke, When it rains, it's just always wah in the house. So I don't know any of you guys have stayed in a shack before. If it's hot in the house. If it's cold, it's cold. That's the type of environment that I come from. I come from phones here. Who remembers the pagers? Remember the pager? So just after the pager era, when the cellular phone started, I saw a market on campus because guys just wanted to look good by holding cell phones. So I'd sell them cell phones. So I'd been selling all my life. 12 years old, selling at my parents' spaza shop in the township. I'd grab some of the things from the spaza shop, I'll go with it at school. Lunchtime at school, I'm selling loose drawers, cigarettes. I'm selling sweets. Who remembers the Tinkies biscuits? I'm selling Tinkies. I'm selling sweets like Cheryl's and Humbucks and those type of sweets. I was just that type of kid. If I'm not selling at school, after school, I'm selling at my parents' spaza shop. Weekends, I'm at my mom's hair salon. At the time, I hated it. Because I was like, these guys don't want to give me a chance to go play with other kids. Why I gotta be selling all the time?
Number three, self-awareness.
I believe I'm wealthy. And the reason why I believe I'm wealthy is because of the work that I do. I think I'm an asset to my community based on the track record of the work I've done in assisting other people's lives, building other entrepreneurs or taking kids to school and educating kids. But as far as having $1 million in their pocket, no, I don't.
Number four, failure. If you don't embrace failure, then there's no room for improvement.
But you're making a lot of mistakes. You are not
like what?
Investing back into your business. You're buying sports cars. Likely, I'd invest in property, etc. at a young age. But still, you're surrounded by a lot of people that you think are your real friends, but they're actually not. You're always just out. You're partying all the time, which is okay. You're young, you're in your 20s, but you sort of let your guard down here and there a lot of times, and you make a lot of mistakes. That's a record label that I started running at age 21. Made a lot of mistakes, bought sports cars, owed the taxman, didn't run the business efficiently with my partner, but we learned how to run a business. Was very successful at it. It was an independent record label, but the money management part of it it sucked. It was bad.
Number 5, legacy.
Say so, especially where I am right now. Now I've got companies that I've started that are running. I'm a role model to a lot of people, and I'm affiliated with a lot of brands and clients, etc. And it's very risky for me to be doing anything that is that may affect my relationships, because that's business.
Yes.
And I feed a lot of people apart from my companies, my families, etc.
Right.
So right now you thread carefully. You're even careful with where you go, who you mix with, what do you do, what you don't do. When you're drinking, you'd rather drink at home.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, Indians are good at it, Jews are good at it, because they introduce their kids from an early age. And they grow up within that culture of running the family business, and they just become better as they get older. So entrepreneurship should be imparted to our kids from an early age. So if you've got a child like I do, I've got a 4-year-old kid, you gotta start teaching them entrepreneurship from an early age, or expose them to it. Even though they don't become entrepreneurs when they grow up, but it's an important thing for them to learn that you gotta have the skill of creating things for yourself.
Number 6, opportunity.
So let me tell you what happened. It was at a live awards show. 10,000 people in the auditorium. Arena, Durban ICC. 11 million people watching. 11 million people watching. And the TV is live. It's not rewindable, Mustang. There's no cut. They see this thing, they can't unsee it. It's an opportunity, this one.
Number 7, innovation.
To cut the long story short, myself and Tony, we decided to innovate. And I think it brings me to innovation. It's very important for us to innovate, guys. That's why it brings me joy to be in a room like this, where they're telling me that's the games room. They're telling me young entrepreneurs come here during the week. They use the Wi-Fi. They use this as an office space. They connect with other like-minded young people. We have to innovate. Technology allows us to innovate. If you go and apply for a radio station license from ICASA, it's going to take you a couple of years. One of our media moguls in the country is a gentleman by the name of Given Mkari. He owns a radio station called Capricorn FM in the north. He also owns a radio station called Power FM in Joburg. He won 2 radio station licenses back in 2012 for the Free State and the Eastern Cape. It's 6 years later today, those stations are still not up. I'm just making you an example of how difficult it is to go the government route and get things done. He's still waiting. I don't know what's going on, but he's got the licenses. He will launch at some point. So people like myself and Tony, we had to innovate. How did we innovate? We've got Wi-Fi in 40 taxi ranks around Gauteng. And then we decided to pull the signal from the taxi ranks and put in streaming devices in 1,000 taxis. So basically we are an online station that has put together amazing talent, that creates content on a daily basis, which is an online radio station that speaks to ordinary consumers. And then what we've done, we stream this online radio station with content that speaks to the masses of South Africa. We stream it into 1,000 taxis. Now, one taxi takes a minimum of about 14 people. That's one load. It comes back with another 14 people. Takes 10, 20, some odd trips a day. Times that by 1,000, those are our listeners. They are a captive audience.
Number 8, giving.
And you know me, guys, when I freestyle like this, all that wisdom just comes out, and it's for free. You don't have to give me a single cent. I don't want your money, but I just want to share. And I do know and I do know some of you guys are going to go and put this information to good use.
I'd like to see more development take place in my township. I'd like to see more young people become entrepreneurs.
Yes.
I'd like to see the neighborhood change and less young people get into things like Abomanyahope. And I'd like to see more and more of us that have sort of made it and we have moved out into the suburbs, I'd like to see more of us not only come back during the festive season or Easter, but go back regularly, at least every month, to do programs where we help young people, just like I do on a daily basis. I'd like to see that type of Tembisa, because Apaya Machita, who are really doing well, who are accountants, lawyers, entrepreneurs, etc., who can really give back as opposed to just coming back and lying on their beautiful couches in the suburbs, you know?
Yeah.
There's more we can do.
Number 9 is humility.
And don't let money change you or what you call success change you. You gotta keep it humble at all times. I've interviewed thousands and thousands of successful people, both on radio and television. The most successful people are humble people. They're really humble people.
So how do you stay grounded?
I think, so it's just always been like, doesn't matter their statuses, you know, it doesn't matter what you want to in the cities, doesn't matter what you want to security guard.
Because you're nice to everybody.
I have to. Yeah.
Each and every person. Like, I've never seen you not have time, not engage.
Yeah, no, that's how I was brought up, basically. So already now, you know, I always thank my mom for that.
But even her prophecy with your name.
Yes.
Prophecy about what you would do for other people in the world.
And she's always reminded me from when I was a kid. And I always say when I give talks, and my career is dedicated to my mother. You know, every time, even she's just really proud of you know, because she really struggled, you know. And for now, she's always said, if you forget anything I've ever taught you, remember that your name is Sibusiso. Just remember to follow your name. Just be a blessing unto other people.
Number 10, persistency.
And it's a great thing, and the reason why I'm sharing that story, I'm trying to say to you as an entrepreneur, there is going to come to that point where you want to give up. It's going to be so tough that you not only just want to give up because it's tough, you're probably in debt. You're probably owing people money. You probably don't even know what to do anymore. It's been tough. You probably feel that nobody's giving you opportunities or nobody's opening doors for you. Well, I'm here to tell you, nobody should open doors for you. You got to kick down those doors. You got to be like me. If retail doesn't get you in, take the damn drink, go sell it in the streets. Who are you to just go into Pick and Pay? Oh, it's not your mother's place, this place. No, it ain't going to happen like that. You got to be thick-skinned, eh? You really got to be tough because I say how mal, you know? It's going to be tough. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to get rejected. You're going to be sworn at. You're going to be called names. You're going to be chasing your dreams for like 7 years. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
This is Gilfating. So you really got to be tough, you know?